guy for mostly what we care about for the respiratory system. We have our external nares that brings us to our external vestibule. Then we have superior, middle, and inferior nasal concha or turbinates. These projections create these passageways, the passageways of meatus, so an inferior nasal meatus, middle nasal meatus, superior nasal meatus. As we come down, there's our opening to our middle ear to equalize the pressure for us. Some little tonsils we have for our immune system, some more little tonsils back there for the immune system. Anyway, as we breathe in through the nasal passageway, we come to the nasopharynx, to an oropharynx, to the laryngopharynx. Of course, you guys know the epiglottis here is what kind of cartilage? Elastic cartilage. So we come down through the glottis. The glottis is the opening here between the false on the top and the true vocal cords on the bottom. They get you past the larynx into the trachea. I have a much bigger model of the trachea I would use for most of the little cartilages and stuff here, so really I like this guy for the airway in through here, through the nasal passageway, or superior, middle, and inferior concha or turbinates, and then the nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx accordingly. Oh, don't forget about the meatus too. If I label this, it's the concha or the turbinate. If the sticker's in the groove there, that's the meatus. So that's mostly what I tag on that guy. This guy, so we come down, again we have the bigger model of the larynx, so we'll look at that. We come down to trachea, tracheal cartilages, all around here, tracheal cartilages. In the back it's a trachealis muscle. The trachealis muscle, smooth muscle right there. The trachea splits. Here's the carina, the rim at the bottom. That makes a primary bronchus, primary bronchi split, secondary bronchi, right? So secondary bronchi, to go to the different lobes of the lung. Then the color-coded portions on this model are the tertiary bronchi. So there's a tertiary bronchus, tertiary bronchus, tertiary bronchus, tertiary. So each of these will be a different tertiary bronchus, the color-coded part. So these guys right here, tertiary bronchus with his branches, tertiary bronchus with his branches, the rest of the way down. So trachea, primary, secondary, tertiary are what I use mostly in this model. This guy is that enlarged model of the larynx itself. We're missing the epiglottis that would be sticking out right here. Our elastic cartilage epiglottis would be sticking out right here. We're missing it though. We have the we have the thyroid cartilage, your whole thyroid cartilage. Underneath that is the cricoid cartilage. The cricoid cartilage makes its way from the front all the way around to the back. Cricoid cartilage. Then thyroid cartilage is open in the back, so you got that open. On top of the cricoid cartilage, we have our arytenoid cartilage, the main portion here. And then just this little piece on top, this little kind of kernel right there is the corniculate cartilage. Corn kernel, get it? That little kernel right there is the corniculate cartilage. Arytenoid cartilage is the main piece, and then cricoid is the base for that. Here we really, on this model, just have the true vocal cords in there. Those are true vocal cords attached near the base of the arytenoid cartilages. The false vocal cords will be attached up higher, and they're no longer on this model. This is the only other guy, and we've got a bigger model of this, so I probably won't be tagging any of this on it, except the epiglottis, of course. There's an epiglottis. What kind of cartilage? Elastic cartilage. Anybody else, if I asked any of these cartilages on the trachea, all this cartilage is all hyaline cartilage, right? So as you come down, we got our branches from our windpipe over there already. We got some of the same branches here. If you take these out of the way, you can see some of the same branches there. Right, I got that one. I'll probably tag them on you. With this guy, we have the actual primary muscle of respiration still attached. Right at the base here, this whole muscle is all diaphragm, so we got the diaphragm there. And then on the right side, we have two fissures, an oblique fissure coming through there, and a horizontal fissure coming across here. So on the right side, we have a superior, a middle, and an inferior lobe. If I take this off, they go in order, superior, middle, and inferior lobe. The fissures, the lower one is the oblique fissure, this one is the horizontal fissure. Right. On the left side, you only have two lobes and one oblique fissure. Here's that oblique fissure cutting through. The oblique fissure, superior lobe on the top, inferior lobe on the bottom. As we take this off, there's that oblique fissure, superior lobe on the top, inferior lobe on the bottom. That's pretty much it. I generally don't ask like apex, base, cardiac notch, or stuff like this from